In recent days, I've been privy to a discussion about the definition of marketing and the definition of selling. And I've found it to be quite fascinating. In my own mind, I have played this discussion out as well. And I think the bottom line for me is that marketing as a definition is something that is informational. In other words, we will put information out into the public arena about what we do or the subject matter of our work, and that's marketing. It's passive, if you will. It's information, as I said. Whereas selling is more assertive, more active. It is where we're trying to persuade somebody to move from one position to another, the end result of which is that they will hire us to perform services on their behalf. In other words, it's an attempt to move somebody forward. Most lawyers have told me they don't want to sell. That's just not what they were taught to do, not what they went to school to learn how to do, and in fact, no school teaches you how to do that. And so it seems to me that when I coach a lawyer, that my first obligation is to find out what's within their comfort zone. Because the first thing we're going to do is to start marketing. And by that I mean we're going to either write or speak or do something in a fashion where the lawyer is comfortable doing that tactic, using that tactic. And once we put the information out there, the whole idea is then to get somebody to say, aha, that's a point of view that resonates with me. Or, aha, that's a subject matter that's important to me. I'm facing this challenge or that challenge, and this lawyer is addressing that particular challenge. I need to give him or her a call. The whole point here is to cause somebody to pick up the phone and call you. Then, while you're having that conversation, you are selling in a sense, but it's not beyond your comfort zone. It's because you said something that resonated with somebody, they're calling you for more information, and what you're doing is providing them information so that they can make a decision. When I was in manufacturing, I would frequently go out and talk to our customers, our buyers, and I found myself never ever trying to sell my product. What I did was to attempt to provide information about the product, or many times not even talk about the product, but just attempt to create the relationship between me and the buyer. And what I found was that invariably, by the time I got back to my office, there was a phone call with an order having been placed. So if you think in terms of marketing, it becomes less onerous and perhaps less offensive to you with the sensibilities that most lawyers have. And think about trying to provide information to people, being a giver of information and not a taker of the sale. When you think in those terms, it seems to me that you will be better off and you're more likely to have more sales, if you will, the net result. The idea here, in terms of what I'm saying, is to become a thought leader in your particular area of expertise, whether it's in family law or intellectual property or whatever it might be. To the extent that you're perceived as a thought leader in your area, people will be more likely to pick up the phone and call you and then hire you. And that's the bottom line of what we're talking about. So I think it's important to understand the concept of marketing and the concept of selling, but not to get strangled by the nuances between the two. You're there to stay focused. You're there to address the issues of your expertise and to provide information to the people who need that information, who are likely to hire you. Stay focused. Thanks for joining us.